A very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss a previous question which was asked this week for the real IELTS examination. That's between 25 and 29th of this October 2021. This was asked for the general training module examination for the real IELTS exam. So it is a real IELTS exam question reported on precisely, I think, 28th of October 2021. Yeah. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Many claim that fast food industry had a negative impact. I have a change. Fast food industry has a negative impact on the environment, eating habits, and families. So many claim that fast food industry has a negative effect on environment, eating habits, and family. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So the fast food industry, what we call it as the industry which is undertaken by multinational companies, with which they can make a lot of profit out of it. They can roll out a lot of money out of the fast food chains. It's popular in the modern world. Now, this is the fast food industry, and it is growing across the world. And this fast food industry is making a negative impact, a negative effect on the environment, that is in the place where we live, the eating habits, it means the dietary pattern, and all these things. And the families, okay, this is the thing here. So the eating habits, families, it is making some problems here. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Yes, I would definitely agree. I have agreed with this statement completely. So I've said it's argued that the booming fast food industry is affecting the nature. It means the diet environment, dietary pattern, and familial bonds adversely. I do feel the same. So what they have said, I too feel the same. I am not thinking that it's something different. It is exactly the same. The booming fast food industry is affecting nature, dietary pattern, and familial bonds. Now, when we look at the environmental perspective, the worst issue which appears to be tangible is pollution. Now, this is number one. So how fast food industry is making pollution? To be clearer, there are numerous fast food chains in every corner of cities which serves a variety of food items. These food items are ready to eat and packed in attractive boxes for the convenience of customers who mostly do not like to dine in such outlets. So I think it is a little bit over explained. So what we do is that we just make it a little bit concise to be clearer. To be clearer, there are numerous fast food outlets supply packed food in attractive boxes for the convenience of customers who mostly do not like to dine in such outlets, who mostly prefer take away. Okay, so numerous fast food outlets which supply packed food in attractive boxes for the convenience of customers who mostly prefer takeaway. So they are preferring, they prefer takeaway. They don't want to dine in such places. I made it a little bit concise. It was somewhat expanded. This results in the improper waste disposal. And I can make it together. And this results in improper waste disposal. Another issue is that these food chains need huge amount of synthetic materials. I go with that. Synthetic materials which have to be produced on a commercial basis. So here too, environmental interests are compromised. So we have said yeah. So we have said two things here. That is, they require a huge amount of synthetic materials. So they use a lot of synthetic materials. So they need a commercialization there. So then when we go with commercialization, it is going to affect the environmental interests. So I hope that two things. One is pollution, which is happening in this way. The second thing is the use of synthetic materials, which is also harming the environment. The second thing is the dietary pattern. So among the effects of on the dietary habit, the first is the threat of lifestyle diseases like obesity and diabetes. I just canceled this thing because I have diseases mentioned in the next paragraph. In most fast food, in most fast foods, high contents of fat and carbohydrates are present for taste enrichment. Yeah, I have to say, explain it further. In most fast food, high contents of fats and carbohydrates are present for taste enrichment. This makes the physical health of the person who consumes it regularly at risk. For example, now I can say obesity, heart attack, and cancer are seen very common among such people. Another issue is addiction towards this food. To be precise, those who are used to such foods are least likely to leave the habit. So the first problem is the threat of lifestyle diseases. The second problem is addiction towards this thing. Now we have a lot of things here. I think it is better to go for something else than addiction. So if I go with the change in the time, so in the past, people used to have food at a regular time. Now, when the fast food outlets came across the country, You have fast food outlets round the clock from morning till evening, and mostly this business booms at night. So usually when people are not, see, for example, they are in the streets for a night out party, they tend to have fast foods continuously. See, for example, they have food at night, 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock, sometimes at 2 a.m. So this is an improper dietary habit. So I think more than addiction, that is something which we can highlight. So that would be more effective here. So I could say addiction is another thing, but better than that, I can go with the change in the time. So we have to do that. We will be doing that. So here we can say that instead of addiction, we can say that. So the alteration in the time. So this is something. So people used to have food at regular intervals, and this dietary habit has changed. Right now, we be having snacks while watching TV, while traveling, while at a park, you may having fast food outlets. While in beach, you have fast food outlets. So here all you have to, you are eating and eating and eating at any time. So you don't have a specific time to eat. So that is something which we have to highlight than addiction there. So we'll look into that later. And now we are going to go ahead with the third particular perspective. That is the family. So the fast food culture is a curse, as it often denies the opportunity to spend a quality time together at home. This is the thing here. It denies the opportunity to spend their quality time together at home. Now, how is it? In the past, family members cooked at home. They ate at their own homes. For most of them, this time was so special that they could discuss their problems, opinions, and suggestions. And as fast food culture became popular, these opportunities became specific to specific occasions. Now, in the past, we used to sit around a table. Members of the family cook together, they prepared food together. It's not one person's duty, at least 2 or 3 persons will be involved in making food. So the food is made, they sit around the table, they discuss something, they eat it, they enjoy it, they spend around half an hour to 1 hour just having food, enjoy their food. This was something which is very memorable, remembering things. So these things, if you go back to your memories, you can see a lot of such things. When you eat together, you discuss something, you have fun together, all these things. So you discuss your problems, you discuss opinions, you discuss your suggestions. All these things are there. But now it has shrunken to specific occasions. Now we don't have such opportunities right now. Because if you are working, you have food from outside, and sometimes you order home delivery, food will be coming there. So you won't be having quality time of cooking, and you have this thing, and your time will be reduced there. Sometimes if you are out, you have it food at night, late night, maybe early in the morning, not with your family. So these all things are interfering with the normal familial functions. So cooking and eating is one of the integral function of a family. So a family has to live together, share their ideas together, share their money together, all these things, share their communication, all these things are there. But you know that the fast food has the fast food culture has made some denied some opportunities um, to the people to spend their quality time with their beloved ones at their own family. Now, to conclude, I can say what is there. To conclude, undoubtedly, one can say that widespread popularity of fast food is making its negative impact on personal health, familial relationship, and environment. I have not said anything. I've said it's sure, no doubt. One can definitely say the widespread popularity of fast food is making negative impact on personal health, familial relationship, and environment. All these things are there. So that is it. We have come to the end of this particular discussion. We can look once again, and I told you that we have a small editing in the dietary paragraph. So we completely agree to this statement. You have the option to completely disagree. You have the option to be in the middle. So the opinion is yours. The answer is yours. If you are giving the thesis like I disagree to the statement completely, if you have the ideas, you can prove the other way. There is always an option. Please don't think that this is the only answer. We do have thousands of answers for one question. It depends on individual perspective. So one individual will be thinking in a unique way, another one will be thinking in a unique way. There are some people who think in similar ways, but it won't be exactly the same. So please remember, ideas won't be exactly the same. The reason why I'm telling you this, ideas and words and phrases won't be exactly the same. So the ideas and vocabulary you generate is different from the ideas and vocabulary I generate. The reason why I'm telling this thing is that examiners look for similarities, whether this person has memorized. There is a negative mark for memorized phrases, memorized ideas and all. So, you know, as far as IELTS topics are repeatedly asked, there are probability curve higher for students to memorize the essays. They memorize the essays and they write it as it is. So these things will be penalized. So please do write your answers in your own words, your own perspective. Please don't copy what you have learned, or please don't do such things. Okay, so that will definitely reduce your marks. So please try to frame your own sentences, try to use your own phrases, be experts in doing that, and this will help you to perform better in the real IELTS examination. Thank you one and all. Have a nice day.